Okay, look, I told you I had some great things in store. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do, because I started the page back for single Christians, and I had so many married couples. Purposely, why you didn't do anything for the married people? And I promised them that I would, but I was trying to find a way, a creative way that I could minister to them, but not expose them before people, because certainly, marriage is one of those things that too many people in it, too many people know about what's going on, and it can break the whole thing apart. So, one of the things I did was Messenger. I love Facebook. So, I had different people, inbox and send questions and just talking. I love talking with different ones, picking apart. So, first, what I'm going to do, and the disclaimer, this person does not attend the ministry, and I don't know them personally. However, they shared the question, and this is how we would do with the questions. We won't give names or whatever, but I thought this was a good one to start off with. It's a bit lighthearted and to me kind of funny. And so here we go. Okay, so the guy starts off. He says, "Praise the Lord, Prophetess. We have been married for almost 2 years, and before we married, we promised we would never go to bed angry." He says, "I've stuck with the promise, but my wife only does so when it is convenient for her." And after 2 years of marriage, and I kind of condensed and picked through, he says he's gotten to the place where it's like he's not going to continue to do what they vowed if she's not doing it. And he wanted to know, how should he handle it? What should he do? All right. So let me say, marriage is one of those things that I always tell people it's a give and a take. If you go into marriage thinking that it's going to always be about you and you're going to always get what you want, I can promise you, you're not going to be married very long. It's not going to work. So marriage is about doing what's going to make the other person happy. And if you can do that, your marriage will last. And so 26 years for me and my husband, I know for some that's, a short time. But we're blended families, so we had a lot of different issues that we dealt with. And I could say this, in our marriage, I'm the hot tempered one, always. And my husband is a pretty easygoing guy. And so when I read this, I know for me, it was hard sometimes to let an issue go. Even when it's time to go to bed, I'm still upset. I'm still bothered by that. And I don't want to talk. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want anything, and I wanted to deal with everything right then. We're not going to put anything to the side. Let's talk about this right now because there's no going to sleep. And we certainly not doing nothing else because there's an issue. All right, so he says when it's convenient for the wife. And so in the question, he says, okay, so if the wife wants to have sex, she's able to kind of deal with the issue. And I keep looking, I'm trying to keep up with our time. She's able to deal with the issue, and she's more apt to go like, okay, I'll let it go. But if she's not interested in having sex, she'll just let it go. And so he says he's tired. He's at the point that he's getting ready to do that too. It's just like, I'm not letting it go either. Okay. If you stop working on your marriage, if you stop doing that give thing, it's going to break apart. So what I said to him, the thing he needs to do is stand his ground. If you're in a marriage and something is important to you, the issue shouldn't change if the spouse doesn't see the importance of it. So just because his wife is not committed to following through on what they said they would do, and she has a tendency, to hold on to it and go to bed angry if she's really bothered by something. If that's really important to him, and evidently it is because he's been sticking with it, he can't give in and start doing what she's doing because she's never going to stop doing it. So it's like that teaching tool and that sacrificing thing until you can get the spouse to see that this is important and this is something that is really needed in the marriage. So my advice to him and to anybody else that's dealing with that situation, that you have an issue that you guys have committed to and it seems like one is not following through, I say to the spouse that's following through, keep doing what you're doing, and lovingly say to that spouse, this is not going to work for me. You're really going to have to, step up and do what you said you were going to do, because as long as you give them an excuse and you don't address the issue, it will remain an issue. But a commitment that was made that the both of you said this is something that we're going to do. And something like not going to bed angry is something that's pretty important. You know, I think you really have to stick with that, because marriages break up, they start with something small and it just keeps growing, it keeps growing, it keeps growing. So once again, my advice to an individual who's dealing with a situation that, you know, you and the spouse made a commitment, then one spouse is not following through on what they were supposed to do. It's not for you to get even with them by joining them and not keeping the vow. You got to keep your vow either way, the promise that you made, and lovingly encourage your spouse to join you and become committed to what you guys think is important. If you do that, your marriage will last and you'll move on to the next problem. All right, so join me next Tuesday. We have another question. If you want to ask a question and get an answer, inbox me. Facebook page is Rochelle Butler Lee, right? And I'm actually going to do a page for this, so you'll be able to inbox me directly there. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, Prophetess R.D. Lee. And you can visit the website, prophetessrdlee.com. Follow me on Instagram, Prophetess R.D. Lee. And if you didn't know better, you would really think I love my name. It's just more convenient to do it that way. It's getting late. I think I'm tired too. But yeah, work to make your marriage last. All right? See you next time.